Satoshi Nakamoto is gone. Maybe dead. Maybe living on a yacht somewhere. Maybe making videos about crypto on YouTube. But gone and unlikely to come back. Many would love to know Satoshi's identity and what happened to him, her, them, but the fact is they probably never will. And if you love Bitcoin, that is a good thing. Happily for Bitcoiners everywhere, however, Satoshi may have left us, but he, she, they left a prophet behind them, a latter-day John the Baptist, to spread the word about Bitcoin far and wide and bring the orange light to the world. His name, of course, is Michael Saylor, a man whose humble beginnings as a billionaire tech executive have been supplanted by a higher calling as Bitcoin's most prominent saint. And lo, did Michael taketh himself unto the wilderness to spreadeth the word of Satoshi amongst the heathen, and appeareth many times upon primetime television, and scourgeth the unbelievers with the light from his eyes. Satoshi beeth upon him. Now, the only downside to Michael's new role is that saints historically tend to have to endure some hardships to cement their status. John the Baptist, beheaded. Saint Stephen, stoned, and not in a good way. Saint Andrew the Apostle, crucified. Saint Sebastian, arrows, lots of them. And Saint Michael of MicroStrategy, sued by the Attorney General of DC for tax evasion. For the barbarity of the heathen passeth all understanding. Okay, now to carry on in this vein would only further offend any devout types watching and also reveal how little I know about Christianity, bar what a quick bit of Wikipediaing will tell me. So, here is the score. Yesterday, as the curtain fell on August, DC Attorney General Karl A. Racine announced on Twitter that his office is suing Bitcoin's big dog and MicroStrategy, the company he stepped down as CEO of almost a month ago, for failing to cough up around $25 million in taxes that he is allegedly liable for as a resident of the District of Columbia. According to Cointelegraph, Saylor and the company he founded could be on the hook for around $100 million if guilty. Now, the suit goes on to allege that Saylor claimed to be resident in Florida or Virginia to avoid the taxes owed in DC, while MicroStrategy stands accused of failure to report his wrongdoings and collaborating with him to help him do so. Whether Saylor is indeed guilty of the charges will of course be up to a court to decide, but it's not all that difficult to see why he's being pursued. His outspokenness about Bitcoin, unashamed enjoyment of the high life, and tendency to talk about tax evasion while appearing on podcasts, among other things, suggests that he may, just may, have ruffled a few feathers that it's generally advisable not to ruffle. Many of those in positions of power in DC and elsewhere across the United States are none too fond of Bitcoin and will have been feeling pretty miffed about the impossibility of going after the protocol itself. As we've seen, though, while Bitcoin may be too decentralized to destroy and Satoshi nowhere to be found, the only real way to hit back is to target those interacting with the Bitcoin network. And, dare I say it, there ain't no one living more synonymous with Bitcoin than one M. Saylor, Esquire. So, what happens now? Well, some have suggested that Saylor could be arrested, MicroStrategy could sell its BTC with him out of the picture, and the whole crypto market could endure an almighty kick in the unmentionables as a result. Well, probably not. I mean, let's face it, Saylor isn't exactly short of a few bob and will almost certainly have a team of pretty hotshot lawyers backing him up. And even if he is found guilty, 100 million big ones is still the sort of money you could probably find down the back of the banquette on one of his yachts. So, to the inevitable question, does Bitcoin fix this, Michael? The answer is probably, well, yes it does, actually.